Good morning, friends. This video is meant for everyone, every intellectual, every child. Uh, we are going to talk about importance of education in our country. Friends, there is a line that excellence in education can lead to excellence in all other fields. This is quite true that education is of greater significance for each and every citizen of the country. The government of India, you know, passed an act according to the new education policy, that was Right to Education, RT Act 209 2009. In 2009, the government of India passed the act Right to Education, according to which right to education is the fundamental right of every child. This was passed in 2009 and it was implemented on 4th August 2009. The act came into implementation and existence in April 2010. By this act, education has become a fundamental right to every child and every, citizen. Friends, why education is important for every one of us and for every citizen of our country, for every child? The progress, the prosperity of a nation depends entirely on the human resources. Nowadays, we are talking about actually brain drain, but that is not a brain drain. It has now get transformed into economic growth. A large number of youth educated from India, particularly engineers, doctors, and all other professionals, they have settled in other countries abroad and they're earning huge income and adding to the income of the country, and they are adding to the growth of the nation. This is one example of high education policy in India that has really given a boost to the economic growth. Now India's foreign exchange has gone up to a huge percentage as compared to the other in 10 years back. So it is only because our country is working hard to facilitate educational facilities for every student, for every child. The rural India has yet to be taken into seriousness, because still we find that there are certain areas where there are no primary schools. Even there are schools but there are no teachers. So the government of India has to pay attention particularly to those rural areas where the people do not have access to education, particularly the remote rural areas where there are schools but there are no teachers, there are no facilities. The infrastructure has to be developed particularly to make the government schools better. The growth of the country will definitely be enhanced only by improving the quality of life of the people. But the quality of the life of the people depends entirely on the awareness of education. If the parents, children, and all the other citizens of our country are aware of the importance of education, they will certainly send their wards and their children to attend schools and colleges. And government is spending a lot of money on skill education, skill orientation and all other skill development. But the government has to look into that sphere of life where the remote rural areas still need a vast infrastructure to develop the schools and make them model schools. In cities, the children are getting better education because schools are equipped with all the infrastructure such as computers, internets, and all the smart boards, and the highly qualified staff and teachers are there. But in the rural areas, still the highly skilled and well trained staffs are very rare. So the government has to give more importance to developing the infrastructure of schools and colleges in rural and semi-urban areas, rather than developing only the IITs and the IIM and all of the technical institutions in capital cities. The government has to establish some of the premier institutions in semi-urban areas, and even at the block level also, so that the people will have access to quality education. Most important fact about importance of education is that well educated population can be an asset to the nation, whereas an illiterate and unknown population, or unaware population can be a burden to the nation. Therefore, in order to make each and every citizen an asset to the nation, we have to give importance to educating the entire masses. Education's importance can be also enhanced by making and knowledge vibrant to each and everyone, making the digital education a part of everyone's it. Every child has to have the access to digital education. The equipment of the vibrant knowledge, progressive attitude to development of skill should be the part of education. And incorporating the modern educations with all the facilities, particularly developing value education, developing mind, soul, and feelings. Emotional development is also very important to make the child well aware of the important qualities, values such as honesty, truth, hard work, diligence, and integration. That if the child learns from the school the value of truth, honesty, definitely he will not allow any sort of corrupt activity to happen when he comes into power. More important is that a well educated politicians can participate in the democratic processes of the country and can help frame laws and rules that can really govern the country in a better way. Fairness in governance can be possible only when more and more educated, highly educated people come into politics, and that is possible only when we make education vibrant to the entire population of the country, and that is possible only when we make and create awareness among the people all over the country that education has to be the key to success, and a successful democracy can exist only when the entire masses is educated and having knowledge and skill to contribute to the development of the nation. And that is what I wanted to emphasize upon. Thank you. Have a nice day.